I hope in one hand and in the other, and see which one fills up is what I would tell him. I guarantee it'll be the one he's in, not the one he hopes in. So my point is, y'all can't listen to all this. Just don't listen to, well, what's day one when I get in office? I've been in office all this time for 4 years. Well, when I get in there, Iraq, Iran, don't do it. All the tough talk. Get out of here. We want action. You don't want to with you. Hey, baby, I love you. And he out there long everybody. That don't mean, baby, I told you I love you. That ain't is action. That's what everybody wants. I mean, I guarantee you, everybody is narcissist. Ain't nobody going to say, hey, baby, it's okay. Every man is like this. Don't put no other man before me. Every man on the planet, every woman's like that. Don't put no other woman before me. Every woman's like that. That's narcissism. But, everybody want to treat it like narcissism is a disease. It's the thing to call somebody. Just call somebody racist. That's like calling somebody you're Christian and he's Muslim. They think they see things differently than you. They base it on what they see. Hey, but I guarantee you, ain't no nigga I ever met in my life that said, yeah, make sure you invite a lot of niggas to the party. Hell no. Man, we don't want no dust. Everybody say that. Every party I've ever worked for, I ain't gonna name drop. Ain't gonna throw a party. Ain't nobody trying to get down like that. No more if I went to a house in Compton and say, hey, knock on the door. Hey, I got these keys to a real shithole in Beverly Hills. That's the keys in my hand and go move in that house. Now, if I go knock on a house in Beverly Hills to a nigga, hey, what's up, brother? Hey, I got a brand new house, mint condition in Compton. I'm doing my face. Of South Central. And he might keep it to make money and sell it or something, but he ain't gonna go live there. No more than Maxine Waters don't live in the district. I promise you, she lives in an $8 million home. It ain't where she presides over. Auntie Maxine, don't forget to vote for me. I just fall for it. That's Auntie Maxine. Did you see what she did with the police that day? That was all planned. Go look at it. I already know what happened because I know who was part of it. When Maxine Waters and the gangs are out there, you will shoot me first. That was all part of the thing.
Oh, you're going to have to let us know about that story, Seven. Can we do it in the next room?
No.
You got to switch traffic.
But for sure.
But the guy who was in the beginning of the Poetic Justice movie with him, that's his actual real brother. I haven't seen him around. I'm not sure if anyone else has, but he would appear in some movies as well. But I used to have the biggest crush on him. And then to find out that happened to him was kind of unfortunate. We was going to dig a little deep and go down a few more rabbit holes of some of the folks who played on some of these gangster movies who are no longer here, who you probably wouldn't know are deceased. But yeah, folks taking on these, the persona of their fictional characters. I don't think this is the first time and probably won't be the last. Do y'all feel like when these folks play these characters and they're not from that lifestyle that it makes them want to be because of how much clout they get off the movie? I'm not sure.
Well, they say he was the homie. They said he was the homie. Say he was in.
Right. Well, they said that he grew up in a nice household and he near Baldwin Hills. He went to Beverly Hills High. Like, he had a pretty decent life. And then I guess after he starred in the movie Boys in the Hood, after he was in that movie, then they said that's when he kind of hooked up with the gang members and started, banging. So if that's
Smokey, Smokey, Silky, is that nigga still on life support? The nigga that what movie was that? You got my cousin pregnant.
I need to find. I'll find something on him too. Yeah, give me a second, because I remember they said his mom was reaching out for prayers.
Is that what happened to old boy that used to be on the D.L. Hughley show? That was in Stockton. He started gangbanging. Remember the little boy?
The little boy. I heard something about that. I was gonna say it was Crip Mac, but I was cracking up. I was like, no, that's not the little boy.
And no one can touch him.
But the idea that we were working with someone who had the ability to kill 2 people is horrifying.
The phrase art imitating life often gets thrown around, but in the case of Lloyd Avery II, it was more a case of life imitating and even surpassing art. Lloyd Avery was a young man from a stable and loving family. He attended Beverly Hills High School and landed a notable role in an Academy Award-nominated film. Yet, despite these promising beginnings, he found himself on trial for his life on gang-related charges, and his life ended in the worst possible way. It's a strange and unsettling story that could only come out of Hollywood.
On December 11, 2000, Lloyd Avery was convicted in the double murders of Annette Lewis and Percy Branch.
If you've seen Boys in the Hood, you'll remember the iconic scene where a young man named Ricky, played by Morris Chestnut, is brutally shot while trying to run away. That brief but impactful role brought Lloyd Avery II into the spotlight. Everyone knew who he was, and it seemed like he was on his way to becoming a star. However, Avery's life took a dark and unexpected turn. He became so engrossed in the role of the gangbanger he portrayed in the film that he started to embody the character in real life.
So Lloyd definitely acted tough. And he did act like a gangster on set, and I wasn't sure if it was like a method acting.
The eerie parallel between Avery's life and his on-screen persona is chilling. In Boys in the Hood, his character shoots Ricky in the back as he tries to flee. Tragically, in real life, Lloyd Avery was involved in a double homicide where he killed a woman in a similar manner, shooting her in the back while she was running away, just as he had done in the movie.
Somebody was talking to Annette about some money or something, and a man started shooting. Annette tried to run and get away. She was shot in the back about 5 times.
The fame and media attention that Avery received after Boys in the Hood seemed to have a negative impact on him. It got to his head, and he started to believe he was part of the street life he had portrayed.
The fame and notoriety Lloyd got after Boys in the Hood got to him. Lloyd may have become a little trapped by it and became the character that he portrayed. After Boys in the Hood, kind of became a little bit abrasive. Lloyd became a tough guy. The one you might see in the club with a drink in his hand and thinking that his stuff don't stink.
Also, being typecast as a gangster in subsequent roles only pushed him further into that destructive path.
I think he got typecast. It was what was expected of him in the Hollywood community. The roles that he got, you know, he was a gangbanger, or he was a bad guy.
His behavior on other film sets became increasingly problematic. He got into multiple altercations, stole from sets, smoked incessantly, and frequently fought with others. His behavior became so disruptive that filmmakers began cutting his scenes to minimize the trouble he caused. Avery even tried to physically attack a makeup artist on set and made threats against directors, causing widespread fear and tension.
Got into a fight with the poor makeup artist in the makeup room. He got in a fight with another actor on set, and then the tattoo artist had to separate them.
That the director was threatened by him and that he was actually really afraid. And he would throw out careless statements.
Lloyd's erratic behavior reached a point where he was banned from New Mexico, which severely impacted the production he was involved in. He nearly couldn't finish his scenes because of this ban.
Basically, Lloyd was banned from the state of New Mexico. And so that created a little bit of a break in the filming of the movie, but ultimately he came back and finished the last scene.
This behavior also cost him many meaningful friendships and connections in the industry.
I separated myself from Lloyd, and John was separating himself from Lloyd because Lloyd had started committing crimes, and he was really embracing that gangbanging lifestyle.
The downward spiral continued, and things only got worse and worse for Avery. Unfortunately, his life ended in one of the worst possible ways.
And saw Lloyd's body in the middle of the cell, in the center of a pentagram, and there was blood all over the walls. Some sort of a satanic ritual. It was the most heinous scene.
So how did things go so wrong for Lloyd Avery II? Let's dive in deeper. Lloyd Avery II was born on June 21, 1969 in Los Angeles, California, to his mother Linda Avery and his father Lloyd Avery Sr. Alongside his 3 siblings, he grew up in Baldwin Hills, an area often referred to as the Black Beverly Hills. Lloyd's parents ensured their family lived a comfortable life. They had a swimming pool in the backyard and everything they could ever want. According to Lloyd's brother Shay, they were silver spoon kids who never lacked for anything. The Avery children attended the best schools, with their parents being very hands-on in their education and upbringing, instilling strong Christian values. Lloyd Sr. was particularly religious and tried to pass his beliefs on to his children. Lloyd Avery seemed to come from an all-American family, and his friends included children of celebrities like Quincy Jones and Smokey Robinson.
Like, you go to Beverly Hills High School, you're a black guy, you must be pretty well off. I know that he talked about one of his best friends was QD3, which is Quincy Jones' son. They were best friends.
Lloyd attended Beverly Hills High School, where he developed a reputation for being somewhat shy, but also outgoing and a ladies' man. He excelled in sports, particularly in water polo and baseball. After graduating from high school, Lloyd enrolled in a technical trade college. However, he quickly dropped out, which led to conflicts with his father. Lloyd Sr. had hoped his son would follow in his footsteps and pursue a career as a plumber, electrician, or expert carpenter, professions that promised a good living. But Lloyd Jr. had different aspirations. According to his mother, Linda, Lloyd Jr.'s passion lay in producing music and making beats, a career path his father vehemently opposed. This clash of ambitions led to significant friction between them. One particularly heated argument ended with Lloyd Sr. smashing his son's drum machine with a baseball bat in an attempt to halt his musical pursuits. This incident marked a turning point in Lloyd's life and led to his first arrest in 1990 when he was caught stealing equipment from a Guitar Center store. Despite this setback, Lloyd's fortunes began to change not long after his arrest. An old friend named John Singleton was working on a new project, a film that would later become iconic, Boys in the Hood. This coming-of-age drama explored the lives of young black men navigating the perilous streets of South Central Los Angeles. John Singleton wanted to use local talent to give Boys in the Hood an authentic feel, so he chose actors from the LA area, including Lloyd Avery II, even though Avery had never acted before. Through Avery, Singleton also connected with Brent Rollins, an art designer who would go on to create the iconic logo for the film.
So this picture is a picture of me and Lloyd and a couple of the main characters from Boys in the Hood. Everybody were just young actors.
In Boys in the Hood, Avery's character was only credited as Knucklehead number 2, but he played a crucial role in one of the film's most pivotal scenes, the of Ricky Baker, a star football player with a promising future.
But I think his role was a little bit more seminal because he had that prolific, if you will, shot of him extending the gun out of the window and pointing it towards Morris Chestnut before he shot him.
Singleton was determined to make this scene perfect, meticulously coaching Avery on every detail, from the way he popped out of the window and held the gun to the cold stare he gave when pulling the trigger. Singleton's direction was key to bringing this intense moment to life.
I remember him being directed, to give that look and where to look and the eyes and everything. So, John pulled that out of him.
On the day of filming, tensions were high. Cuba Gooding Jr., known for his method acting, was in his trailer, preparing to portray someone about to witness his best friend's. As he walked onto the set, Avery made a comment to him. Gooding, deep in character, snapped back, saying, "Don't you effing talk to me right now." The two actors got face to face, and crew members had to intervene to prevent a physical altercation. The tension between the characters Doughboy and Ferris had been expertly built up by Singleton throughout the film. He knew that if he could nail this scene, it would become iconic. And it did. The scene not only became a defining moment in black cinema, but also a landmark in film history. For Lloyd Avery II, it was a turning point that changed his life forever. Boys in the Hood was a box office sensation, garnering multiple Oscar nominations. John Singleton became the youngest and first black film director to receive such a nomination, establishing himself as one of Hollywood's most promising directors. The film launched the careers of its lead actors, Nia Long, Cuba Gooding Jr., Morris Chestnut, and Ice Cube, who all went on to enjoy great success in the industry. However, the success of Boys in the Hood also brought unexpected fame to Lloyd Avery II. Despite his brief role, his performance was so impactful that people recognized him everywhere he went. Avery's newfound celebrity status opened many doors for him. He started getting VIP treatment at clubs and soon signed with a talent agency. This led to guest spots on various TV shows, including Doogie Howser, Maryland. His music career also began to gain traction. Leveraging the connections he made from his role in Boys in the Hood, Avery produced a song for Tisha Campbell, famously known as Gina from the TV show Martin. In 1993, Campbell released an album that reached number 37 on the US Billboard charts, with Avery contributing as one of the producers. In addition to his burgeoning music career, Avery's good friend John Singleton had another film lined up for him, Poetic Justice, starring Tupac Shakur and Janet Jackson. Although Avery was credited as Thug Number 1, which wasn't much of an upgrade from his previous role as Knucklehead Number 2, he still saw it as a step forward. He even managed to get his younger brother a role in the movie, playing Doug Number 2, who stood next to him in the arcade. Much like his character in Boys in the Hood, Avery played an antagonist who killed an innocent man. While Avery's role in Poetic Justice was small, Singleton had bigger plans for him. Singleton saw potential in Avery and aimed to gradually cultivate his talent by offering him increasingly significant roles in future projects. Despite these promising plans, Poetic Justice faced initial setbacks. Although it would later become a classic within the black community, the film was a commercial failure upon its release and received poor reviews from critics. Critics weren't the only ones unimpressed with the movie. At the world premiere, as the credits rolled, Avery stood up among the audience and loudly declared, "Man, John, that shit was." This public outburst strained his relationship with Singleton and was indicative of Avery's increasingly erratic behavior. After the release of Poetic Justice, Lloyd Avery's talent agency received numerous calls offering auditions for him. However, there was a significant problem. Avery wasn't showing up for these auditions. On the rare occasions when he did attend, he arrived unprepared, often not knowing his lines. This behavior puzzled industry professionals, leading to rumors that Avery was trying to live the gangster lifestyle he portrayed on screen.
I think the fame and notoriety Lloyd got after Boys in the Hood got to him. Lloyd may have become a little trapped by it and became the character that he portrayed.
Malcolm Norrington, who played a member of Ferris's crew in Boys in the Hood, found the rumors particularly baffling. He remembered Avery as shy and meek during filming, with no hint of street life in him. So, hearing that Avery had supposedly embraced gang life made no sense to him. Despite these doubts, Avery began exhibiting increasingly erratic behavior. One notorious incident involved him macing popular MTV VJ Downtown Julie Brown during a heated argument at a club. This event marked a turning point in his life.
After Boys in the Hood kind of became a little bit abrasive, Lloyd became a tough guy. The one you might see in the club with a drink in his hand and thinking that his stuff don't stink.
Leaving behind his upper-middle-class home, Avery relocated to the Jungles, a notorious neighborhood in South Los Angeles with strong affiliations to various blood gangs. This area is also known for being the filming location of a memorable scene in the 2001 film Training Day, starring Denzel Washington. Avery began to openly affiliate himself with the Black Keystone Gang, even tattooing its name over his eyebrow to show his allegiance to the neighborhood.
At some point early on in the film, I saw he had a tattoo across his forehead, and it said Jungles.
Jungles are a neighborhood in South Central LA. It's La Brea and Coliseum, and it is known for heavy gang activity and violence and drugs.
Obviously, there was much more going on than I knew about him, and then he shared. You know, why do you get Jungles tattooed on your face, and like, what are you trying to prove?
Baldwin C. Sykes, who played Monster in Boys in the Hood and was a friend of Doughboy, offered some insight into Avery's transformation. Sykes believed that Avery's shift towards gang life was fueled by the respect he received in the Hood for his on-screen portrayal of a blood gang member who K-worded someone. Sykes himself experienced similar reactions from people who praised him for his role, where he used an AK-47 during a retaliation scene at the end of the movie. He often had to remind admirers that he was just an actor, and that it was all fiction. However, for Lloyd Avery, the lines between reality and acting blurred significantly, and he embraced his on-screen persona as his real-life identity. Lloyd Avery II's younger brother, Shay, eventually followed in his footsteps, joining the Rollin' 60s Crips. Shay's involvement in gang activities led to his imprisonment for 4 years. While Shay was incarcerated, Lloyd's focus shifted entirely to building his reputation as a feared blood gang member, and his acting career came to a grinding halt. Lloyd wasn't seen in another film until 1996, when he had an uncredited role in Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood, directed by Keenan Ivory Wayans. By this point, Lloyd had burned nearly all his bridges in the film industry, including some of the most significant ones. John Singleton, who had once been a crucial ally, had to distance himself from Lloyd due to his increasingly erratic behavior and frequent insults. Similarly, Quincy Jones Jr., who had been good friends with Lloyd, found himself on the receiving end of late-night calls from Lloyd, where he would boast about being the king of the streets and claim that nobody out here is harder than me. Quincy Jr. attempted to calm him down, but Lloyd's behavior was too unpredictable, and eventually he had to cut ties as well.
I separated myself from Lloyd, and John was separating himself from Lloyd because Lloyd had started committing crimes, and he was really embracing that gang-banging lifestyle.
In 1997, Shay was released from prison. During his time behind bars, Shay had decided to renounce gang life and make a positive change. He hoped that his brother Lloyd would follow his lead, but it was not to be. Despite the continued support of their parents, Lloyd remained lost and disconnected. His aunt, Carol Avery, also tried to help by encouraging him to reconnect with his faith and attend church. Lloyd would often accompany her to church, but he usually stayed outside or left before the sermon. Carol believed that something was holding him back from hearing the message he needed. Lloyd's life in the Jungles neighborhood, once a source of pride and identity, became increasingly dangerous. He got into an altercation with someone, and fearing for his life, he was forced to leave the area. The same day the altercation occurred, Lloyd left the Jungles. Lloyd Avery II's life continued to spiral out of control as he moved from place to place, often living with people he barely knew. His unstable lifestyle led to numerous altercations, and in one instance, he even maced the mother of someone he was staying with. Eventually, Lloyd found a more permanent, albeit modest, living arrangement in a supply office building that offered small rooms for rent and a shared bathroom. He was now surviving on residual checks from his earlier films, working at a car wash, and selling small amounts of drugs on the side. Despite the life he chose, Lloyd's family remained willing to support him. However, he seemed committed to the rough path he had carved out for himself. He also developed a severe addiction to PCP, also known as Sherm, which further complicated his life. In February of 1999, Lloyd made a brief return to acting with an uncredited role in the movie The Breaks, yet the gangster persona that had overtaken his life was about to lead him to a point of no return. On July 1st, 1999, Lloyd Avery's descent into violence culminated in a tragic and deadly confrontation near Santa Barbara Plaza. An argument broke out between Lloyd, Annette Lewis, and a man named Percy Branch over a drug deal. During the altercation, Lloyd pulled out a .45 caliber handgun and shot Annette Lewis multiple times, KO'ing her on the spot. He also shot Percy Branch in the stomach, and Percy succumbed to his injuries 3 weeks later.
Somebody was talking to Annette about some money or something, and a man started shooting. Annette tried to run and get away. She was shot in the back about 5 times. Percy was shot as well. Annette died a short time later.
Also, developmentally disabled.
Before he could expand more on his thoughts about the whole incident, he died.
In the aftermath of the double homicide, one might expect Lloyd to go into hiding or flee from the authorities. However, Lloyd's actions defied this expectation. Instead of laying low, he left the state, not to evade capture, but to take on another acting role. Just 13 days after committing the murder, Lloyd was on the set of a new film, Lockdown, directed by Master P. The movie was being filmed in an abandoned prison in New Mexico, and Lloyd's participation seemed almost surreal given the gravity of his recent actions. Lloyd Avery II's behavior on the set of Lockdown was increasingly problematic and erratic. He was caught stealing, smoking PCP, Sherm multiple times, and getting into physical altercations, including one with actor DeAndre Bonds.
Lloyd on Lockdown was a complete pariah. When he would interact with other crew members and cast members, it was a disaster.
His disruptive conduct led to the production team cutting some of his scenes. The situation reached a boiling point when he got into a confrontation with a makeup artist named Melanie Mills. Attempting to physically attack her, Lloyd was stopped by Master P's entourage, who intervened, beat him up, and subsequently kicked him off the set.
He got into a fight with the poor makeup artist in the makeup room. He got in a fight with another actor on set, and then the tattoo artist had to separate them.
In a bizarre twist, Lloyd ran away from the abandoned penitentiary where they were filming, heading towards an active prison. Still dressed in his prisoner costume, he inexplicably jumped the gates, setting off alarms and prompting the guards to draw their guns on him, ready to shoot. The chaos was only diffused when the director of Lockdown intervened, vouching for Lloyd and instructing the guards to stand down.
I got a knock on my door like, yo, man, your man's is in the county jail. And I was like, gotta be kidding me.
The state of New Mexico was not pleased with the incident. As a result, Lloyd was escorted to the state line and barred from returning to New Mexico.
Basically, Lloyd was banned from the state of New Mexico. And so that created a little bit of a break in the filming of the movie, but ultimately he came back and finished the last scene.
Despite the tumultuous filming experience, Lloyd returned to Los Angeles with a renewed sense of optimism about his career. He was particularly excited about his next project, where he would have his first leading role, playing the character G-Ride. However, Lloyd's troublesome behavior continued to follow him. According to the film's director, Lloyd demanded to be referred to as G-Ride off camera and insisted on taking his prop gun home, treating it as if it were real. His erratic behavior escalated to the point where he reportedly threatened to K-word the director on multiple occasions.
I know that the director was threatened by him and that he was actually really afraid. And he would throw out careless statements.
As 1999 drew to a close, Lloyd's wild ride was about to come to an abrupt end. One night in December, while staying with his grandmother in Beverly Hills, Lloyd spent time with his younger brother Shay. Shay, who had once followed Lloyd into the gang life but had since turned his life around, sat with his brother, reflecting on life. During their conversation, Lloyd looked up and said, "You know what? I had a good life, man." By the fall of 1999, wanted posters for Lloyd Avery began to appear, and he knew his time was running out. In the early morning hours of December 8, 1999, as he slept on the floor next to his grandmother's bed, he heard the police approaching. He went to his brother's room, gave him a hug, and said goodbye. Making a desperate attempt to escape, Lloyd fled out the back on his BMX bike, but was eventually caught and arrested for double M. While awaiting trial, Lloyd underwent a significant transformation. He reconnected with his faith, reading the Bible daily and carrying it with him to every court appearance. Despite his newfound spirituality, the legal system showed no leniency. He was convicted of murder and sentenced to life in prison.
December 11, 2000, Lloyd Avery was convicted in the double murder of Annette Lewis and Percy Branch.
In prison, Lloyd Avery II earned the nickname Baby Jesus because he was always preaching and talking about the Bible. His deep devotion to Christianity became well known among the inmates. However, his faith would soon be tested in a tragic way. One day, Avery was assigned a new cellmate named Kevin Roby, a man serving a life sentence for the brutal assault and murder of his own sister. Roby had a history of violent behavior, including multiple assaults on other inmates, which had resulted in years of solitary confinement. Despite Roby's notorious reputation and stark differences from Avery, prison officials inexplicably placed the two men in the same cell. Lloyd Avery, a devout Christian, and Kevin Roby, a committed Satanist, were complete opposites. On September 4th, 2005, shortly after Roby's arrival in the cell, Avery began talking to him about Christianity, attempting to convert him. This led to a heated argument, which quickly escalated into violence. Kevin Roby attacked Lloyd Avery, beating and choking him to death. Roby hid Avery's body under blankets on the bed, and remarkably, corrections officers failed to notice Avery's absence for the next 11 body counts. It wasn't until Roby drew a pentagram in the middle of the cell and placed Avery's body there, along with satanic messages written on the wall in Avery's blood, that the gruesome scene was discovered.
And saw Lloyd's body in the middle of the cell, in the center of a pentagram, and there was blood all over the walls. Some sort of a satanic ritual. It was the most heinous scene.
When asked in court why he performed this ritual on Avery, Roby chillingly referred to it as a warning to God. Lloyd Avery's family, devastated by his brutal M, attempted to file a wrongful death lawsuit against the prison. However, their efforts were thwarted when the NAACP legal team and legendary lawyer Johnny Cochran declined to take on the case. With no legal representation willing to help, the family ultimately dropped the lawsuit. Some of Avery's family members believe that he may have suffered from undiagnosed mental health issues.
The dude must have been heavily into the satanic shit. They usually do sacrifice him on that star.
Hey yo, so this nigga Brock kind of found out been working hand in hand with Drake. You know,
shit.
Saw all that shit this morning.
Conversation with you right now. You're trying to slip
let Brock speak.
Breaking news: Wack100's a.
You're clip forming,
the hell we
bro.
doing?
And your mama's a blind, and your daddy's a punk. How about that?
Was true.
Nigga, now we're gonna talk about you. Nigga, we gonna keep you on the stage long enough to dox your
if that's true,
ass on the stage. You half a man ass nigga. Your uncle is your daddy. You.
Why can't you talk
what
like
happened
this to
when you
white
found out
dudes?
your uncle was your
Why
daddy?
can't you talk
you
like
want
this
to
to
talk
white
about what you want to clip for? Your uncle's your
white
mama's
boys?
half a man.
Why
You
can't
hoe
talk
ass
like
death
that?
nigga. How about that? Let's
You
clip
can't
for
talk
him
like
that.
this to
Let's
stream
talk
around
about
white
what
dudes.
I see his mama. Okay.
You
come from a line of single mamas, nigga. That's why you in here mad at
African, are you
me.
dumb? We don't play that.
Sacramento, nigga.
Why you didn't
pull up in
We
Sacramento?
don't play that.
Why you didn't
Don't
pull up
play
in
that.
Sacramento?
Where he was at.
Cause you nigga, why you didn't pull up when we was in Sac?
Yo, let Wack talk to him, man.
Real job.
Why you didn't pull up when we was in Sac?
Was I supposed to meet with you?
Why you didn't pull up when we was in Sac?
I didn't. I don't know what you
Why
do
you didn't
every
come
day.
back? Because you know how to beat the shit out your ass.
Wack, you
That's
too
why.
old.
You little ass nigga. You's a little ass, half a little small fry, little penguin ass nigga.
You don't
That's
work out.
Nigga, I bet I work your chin out. I bet I work your chin out.
Come on.
I bet I work your chin out. But look, what we gonna do? We go in with calling your mama, your grandmama, your great grandmama.
If Ross called your mama, bitch, you defend.
Now,
if Adin Ross called your mama, you
now to the hallway.
Boy.
You know what? I already had that dude blocked. That dude was been
This was
blocked.
crazy though, bro. The nigga said, see, this why I hate. He threatened her. Where? What he say he gonna do to her? Call that ain't threatening her. Call her. I'm sorry, man. Come again. Where he threatened her at?
I don't even know what's going on. I just came in. I don't be knowing.
He said Adin Ross threatened whatever one of them girls he was going at. I said I never heard him threaten her. He called her industry planned all that. He called her a black not threatening her, bro. It's called her. If he said that, I don't know, but she's a woman to better, my nigga.
Right.
I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Show us where he threatened her.
Yeah, I don't think his reception would have been the same if he.
Yo, listen, I'm down. Let me know.
We can get that out the way. I told
I'm knuckle up with this nigga, bro.
We smoking all niggas that's too
yo,
nigga, you not beating me, nigga.
He can't fight. You know one of them niggas that really can't move his arms.
Nigga, your heart gon' sink to your asshole.
If I see you, we would smoke you.
You gonna be like,
you do not know where I live, nigga.
Nah,
you would never survive.
You would never survive like you was doing with this nigga right now, bro.
Yo,
we cool, nigga. We cool, bro.
You was a hoe. Don't I never be cool with you.
You was just trying to blow that app shit, bro, nigga.
Where's the mother? I'm gonna let him talk.
It's just the app, nigga. You know how
who make more money? Let's do a money account. Let's do who make more money.
Yo.
Let's see who can do it. Let's be like, yeah, nigga, no, I'm meet up. Let's meet up. Let's meet up. All right, you gonna die swinging.
Point blank period, nigga.
Guarantee that.
Hey, all right,
bro. So all you do is take shots of school ass nigga. That's why That's why your son hates you, because you can't take private school. Your son hates you. Your son hates you. Your son hates you. Your son hates you. Your son hates you, nigga. I want to be disrespectful. I want you to hate me. I want you to hate me, you ass broke nigga. That's what I want you to do. I want you to hate me like you hate your life. All you do is punch hoes. When the last nigga you fought? What's the last nigga you fought, big man? Show us anything. You don't do nothing. You don't do nothing but scream on the app. That's all you do. And then you was trying to, hey, this the real thing. Yo, if they screaming at Indigo, you was arguing with trainees. You the pussy. Show her ass up, nigga. You think if you surprise me, what you know is gonna happen? Come surprise me. Come surprise me. Surprise me. Come surprise me. Come surprise me. Come surprise me. I don't give a what a nigga say when I see you, nigga. I don't know, nigga. You, it's on. You's a hoe. And then you was on this. Listen to the echo.
Niggas in New York, I didn't touch this, say suck my down.
Y'all hear his little ass hoe? Yo, boys, you be talking this loud. Small ass apartment. I'm in a small ass apartment now, nigga. That's my ass apartment. That's my ass apartment. That's my ass apartment. You live in a shack. That's what you live in the shack.
I'm in an outhouse, nigga.
You was a shack liver. You a shack broke ass hoe. You was a third wrestler. Nigga, you was a stage member down the stage right now. WWF wrestler. You got a bad heart. We ain't even worried about you. Nigga, if you gonna beat me or not, you gonna die 5 years.
None of these niggas believe you.
I'm going to shoot you in the face. If you run up on me, I'm telling you that.
Enough said, nigga. I'm good.
I'm telling you.
You heard this ass nigga?
I said that. I said that. Yo, listen. The niggas that's within the weight class. If you not in the weight class, you gonna get done. You gonna get done.
This shit, nigga.
I got a nigga for you. When I see you in person, I'm gonna pull up on you by myself.
Bring your wife.
I'm gonna bring 100 with me. I'm gonna bring 100 with me. I'm gonna bring 100 niggas with me.
Nigga, you ain't.
Yeah, in my pocket. Bring niggas with me in my pocket. Nigga. Yeah, and I'm throwing everybody. And I'm throwing everybody. Yeah, you gonna do it by yourself. And your son gonna be mourning your broke ass with that $20,000 insurance policy. That $20,000. You was a slouch. You was a hoe. You was a shit. That's one of your record for all the rapes you got, probably, you hoe ass nigga. You was a nigga that beat. You a nigga that beat. Your whole ass up. You's a whole ass nigga.
Nigga living in a small
we trying to figure out where you at. Cause you're poor. You don't know I'm working with you. I don't want to argue with a nigga that's up, so I can pull myself up.
You don't want to come through.
I'm done talking to you. You
nigga. I told you I give you the Addy. Now I have another nigga pull up.
Drop the Addy. Drop the Addy. You still ain't dropped it. You still ain't dropped it.
Listen, are you
still ain't dropped it?
I'll give you the Addy, nigga.
I'm not setting up no fights, WWF. This ain't WWF, nigga.
You coming, nigga.
This ain't WWF, nigga. Drop the low.
You coming, nigga.
Fake ass street, nigga.
You soft ass nigga.
Fake ass street, nigga.
Are you coming?
Drop a dot, bro.
Scott tissue ass nigga. Are you coming?
Cause look, this the real deal.
You had
not even like that for real, bro. In the real, I'm not a gangster. I'm a nigga
what happened when I thought you was a fake ass.
I fight Billy, bro. I'm a side. I'm on the niggas put you at attention, nigga. My job is to expose gangster and all that. My job is to expose fuck niggas. You want to nigga? You at attention, dude.
I'm sorry.
I ain't worried about no nigga. But when niggas call you a
you just shut ass nigga done turned into a yah. You done marked you out. Niggas done marked you out. Unk done marked you out.
Shit like that. So then they started arguing and shit. Like it was a slow burn, and then it got there.
So
that's what happened.
The spies is saying, let me see what they saying. The spies said, gotta be honest. S. Dot tried to insert himself. Brock didn't back down. But he gotta be smart S. Dot 300 pounds. I don't know. I don't think S. Dot 300 pounds. S. Dot ain't no damn 300 pounds. You 300 pounds, S. Dot? He might be.
Nah, 280.
That nigga arms.
280.
That nigga arms. Look. That nigga arms 280.
Yeah, he might be.
280, and I just don't work out, my nigga. I don't just work out because I know a nigga that just work out, nigga. I'm 5'10", 280.
Yeah, that stretch out alright.
So Wack,
And
so
nigga,
this all
and a
started
nigga just
because
don't
of
work out because you know a nigga just work out. You know nigga get stiff. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
a nigga just don't work out.
Hey Wack, so this all started because of what's his name?
Not too much on KO.
fucking
This
KO?
had nothing to do with him. This had nothing to do with him. We addressed KO because we seen him back in the room after he said his mouth was hurting and shit. We addressed it. Brock and S.
He just did a live. He just did a live saying he's going to surgery. How's he on stage doing?
He said he has. Yeah, he said he has surgery at 11. So at 11 o'clock your time, Beast. If he's not in the surgery room and we don't see no hospital band, you can get at him. But this has nothing to do with KO.
You swindled at a one fight, and now you got these guys going back and forth because you didn't want to. You didn't want to touch. I heard the conversation.
KO, don't yell too loud. Don't yell too loud.
I ain't gonna lie. Why you bullshitting? You need to follow my path, nigga, because you gonna be going through with the
KO, I can smell your breath. Close your mouth, KO. Stop it.
Me too.
Stop it.
Hold on. Real shit, Beats. Why you bullshitting? You might want to follow through and go ahead and book you an appointment because you about to be going out with.
Oh my God! How do you know I haven't already went? How you? Okay, hold on. What you're trying to say is that you got scared to link up and fight, and you decided to say, "Hey, I got a headache. I can't fight because I'm what you did." You ran off like a little. And you try to make Instagram videos of my headache. That's what you did. You said I'm gonna make Instagram videos and I'm saying I got surgery, but you're here yelling for me. Look at this, everybody. He's got halitosis and he's yelling on his app. He's on his app yelling. You guys gonna have surgery. Why are you yelling? Shut the f*** up. Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? You got surgery coming up. You got